Hi, my name is Gary Bennett, and I do the field service work for ITT BIW Connector Systems. The video you're about to see is that of the assembly of the BIW field attachable connector. At the end of the video, if you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to contact either myself, the BIW Regional Sales Manager in your area, or our plant directly in Santa Rosa, California. Also shown at the end of the video will be the email addresses and phone numbers for contact. Thank you very much for using BIW products.
Before starting, please note that in order to complete the assembly correctly, you will need the following tools: a hacksaw, utility knife, flat file, pliers, tin snips, marker, and a crimping tool. All other items are included in the connector kit. To begin, with the feed-through installed in the tubing hanger, lay the cable alongside and mark it 2 inches below the bottom of the feed-through. Then square cut the cable at the mark. Then slide the housing and follower onto the cable and secure the cable on a workbench. Now, using the cut gauge, make a mark on the armor at 6 3/4 inches from the cut end and tack solder the armor. High mod tape may be used as an option. For flat cable installations, the armor cut will change and rearmoring will be required. Please consult your individual kit instructions for details. Now carefully remove the armor. Again, using the cut gauge, mark the jacket at 4 1/16 from the end of the cable. You can now remove the jacket, but make sure that the insulation on the conductors is not damaged during this process. It's important to note that the armor and jacket cutback may differ depending on the amp ratings of each connector, so please consult your installation instructions included with each kit. Next, remove any tape, braid, barrier, or lead covering from each of the conductors. Using the supplied emery cloth, abrade the portion of the cable jacket directly in front of the armor termination. Make sure that all the ridges are removed. It's also necessary to abrade the inside of the sealing grommet. Clean both the surfaces and apply a silicone lubricant to the jacket, then slide on the sealing grommet. Make sure the rear of the grommet is flush with the end of the cable jacket and that the large skirt is facing toward the prepared end of the cable. Carefully measure back 11/16 from the end of each conductor and mark it. Then remove the insulation from each conductor, being careful not to cut into the copper. All conductors should be the same length at this time. Using the emery cloth, carefully clean any remaining insulation from the copper and slightly taper, front to back, the insulation on each conductor. Make sure to clean each conductor thoroughly. Now press the power contacts onto each prepared lead until they bottom out on the conductor. Holding each pin in place, make 2 crimps on each pin beginning at the rear of the crimp barrel of the contact pin. The crimps should be approximately 1/8 of an inch apart. Note that some sizes may have crimp locator grooves on the barrel of the contact pin. If so, place your crimper over these grooves. Be sure to carefully remove any burrs, then clean the crimped area. Now, slide the alignment grommet over the 3 conductors and position the recessed end next to the sealing grommet. Then, using the supplied emery cloth, slightly abrade each conductor and clean with a contact cleaner. Now cut 3 6-inch pieces of insulation tape, 1 piece per conductor. Starting at the alignment grommet, begin wrapping each conductor with a 50% overlap. It's important to pull the tape tight with each wrap. The tape should end with the last overlap extending into the recess between the contact pin and the conductor insulation. Before proceeding, ensure that the 3 conductors are straight and aligned correctly to fit into the connector body. Apply 3 layers of high mod tape, beginning at the front of the sealing grommet and wrap towards the armor. The wrap should extend approximately 1 inch over the armor. Now apply a thin, even coat of silicone lubricant to each of the conductors as well as the alignment and sealing grommets. It's important to position the connector body so that the keyway of the connector aligns with the key of the mating feed-through. Now, holding the connector body in the aligned position, slide it onto the 3 conductors. The rear of the connector body will slide over the OD of the 2 grommets and stop when it reaches the shoulder of the sealing grommet. An 1/8 inch gap is allowable. With the cable fully installed, insert a socket head sealing screw through the end of the connector and tighten it with the Allen wrench provided. Rotate the tightening from screw to screw so as to create an even loading. Do not over-tighten, as this will damage the O-ring seal. Finally, slide the mellow follower against the sealing grommet and bring up the housing and tighten it to the connector body. Using the supplied spanner wrench to provide backup, tighten the housing to the connector body. Now, this can usually be done by hand, however a strap wrench may be used.
Well, that concludes the installation instructions for the BIW field attachable connector. Our contact information will follow. We at BIW want you to know we appreciate your interest in our products and using our products. Thank you again.